Hi there, Becky here from 168 Fitness. Over the past few weeks, I've been giving you my top tips on how to achieve your spring, summer health, fitness and weight loss goals. And I've been giving you an action point every single week that will hopefully help you achieve your goals and at least get you feeling better going into sort of summertime. So feeling healthier, feeling more energized, just feeling more positive and like you're actually taking action towards those goals, because it's all well and good setting the goals and thinking, oh, I really need to lose weight or want to lose weight or really want to get fit this spring, summer. And then if you don't do anything about it, then that can feel really negative and not great. So taking some small action points every day ideally, but at least weekly, consistently, and just building up that level of action and input into achieving those goals. That's what we're trying to do. So this week, my suggestion, my action point for you this week is to look at reducing portion sizes of food, or unnecessary additions. So things like, if you are having lasagna, for example, maybe at home, maybe you could give yourself a smaller portion to start off with. So it's not about saying lasagna is no-go, you can't have lasagna. Like, obviously there are maybe some healthier, more nutritious meal options available, but if you want lasagna, there's nothing wrong with that. But having maybe a slightly smaller portion than usual, and also not having the chips on the side or the garlic bread on the side or the glass of wine with it. It's about having a bit of what you fancy, or kind of a bit of something like lasagna, but not going crazy and having like a huge portion of it with all the extras as well. Now this could be the same for, say, you're having a salad for lunch, so a nice healthier option, but maybe trying to not have the dressing perhaps. So you're making the healthier choice with the salad, fantastic. You want some protein on there, you want lots of goodness, fantastic, all good, but maybe you don't need the extra full fat dressing on it, or maybe you swap the full fat dressing for a little bit of balsamic vinegar, so it's not so calorific and hidden calories and things like that. So this week, I just want you to just be that little bit more conscious. I've already touched on it in the past few weeks as well, talking about other food choices and things like that. But this week, just every single day, or even maybe every meal time, you could be doing something, taking a step towards, especially if it's weight loss that you're trying to achieve. This will go a long way to achieving a weight loss goal. So for example, like if you're having a jacket potato for lunch, pretty like good option. So having a jacket potato for lunch, if you would usually have it with beans, that's fine, but try and just have the beans and not the beans and cheese, for example. Or and I would say have the beans, not the cheese, not the other way around. Or if you would usually have beans and cheese, maybe you could swap it for some tuna without mayo or something like that, or maybe some hummus or something different if you just want to break that habit completely. If you can't have beans without the cheese, then swap it completely for something else, or cottage cheese on it. Not everyone loves it, but really good protein, low fat option for a jacket. But yeah, just trying to make some healthier choices, reducing your portion sizes and cutting out those unnecessary additions. That's what probably the main point of this week's advice is those unnecessary things that you like if you're having a cup of tea and you're having the biscuit with it, or if you'd usually have 3 or 4 biscuits with it, then we're either reducing those 3 or 4 biscuits down to 1, or we're cutting them out completely. Don't be thinking that just because you have the cup of tea, you've got to have the biscuits, because you don't, believe it or not. But yeah, just trying to cut back on those things where you don't realise all those calories add up. So I'm not saying don't eat, don't snack, don't give yourself enough food, enough energy, because that's obviously not what I want you to do. But it's just about reducing, just getting you a bit more conscious about what you're putting into your body, what your body needs, etc., things like that. Now, I can give you an example of this. So I used to have, well, it doesn't really matter what quantity I had, but I'll just say 100 grams of oats in the morning for porridge. And then I suddenly realised, well, maybe I don't need 100 grams of oats. That's quite a lot. And most people probably would have 50 grams, but I'm doing it off the back of a longer run. So I need a bit more energy to keep going in the morning. But anyway, so I just reduced that down to like 90 grams one day and kept with that for a while. And I thought, you know what, maybe I don't need 90 grams. So I reduced it down to 80 and I've kept at that. Now, I probably could, if I want to reduce that down again, maybe try and do 75 or 70. I haven't thought to do that for a bit, but I could do. But it was just like kind of making that small changes, just because I found that maybe I was just overeating. Maybe I didn't need those extra 20 grams of oats. Not that I don't even know how many calories that would be, probably 100 maybe. But it was just like kind of what does my body need, and just trying to be a bit more conscious, not just pouring loads of oats into a bowl and just hoping for the best. It was kind of, yeah, thinking about what my body needs, what energy it requires, and yeah, acting accordingly. So so that's my advice for this week. Thinking about what you're consuming, how much you need, reducing portion sizes, thinking about those extra calories that you're not always thinking about, and trying to make some progress with that this week. So if you've got any questions, please do get in touch, and I will see you next week for some more top tips.